Howdy, all. I am Adam, the Renaissance Nerd, continuing with my San Diego Comic-Con 2022 post-mortem. Today, Amazon and all it delivered. Oh boy, did it deliver. It delivered dead on arrival shows. That's what it delivered. Rings of Power and Wheel of Time. Those were really what mattered. There was something else out there, but nobody knows about it. Nobody remembers it. Nobody cares. Rings of Power, we'll start with that. We were graced early on at the convention with this glorious piece of Drek. The final trailer for Rings of Power, which at the moment, with 9.5 million views, 71,000 thumbs up, and 220,000 thumbs down. Now, I have been told recently that because of the extension, the way it works, it can't completely read the thumbs down. Therefore, this is likely much, much higher. I've been over this trailer several times now, both by myself, with the panel, on other people's channels and streams, and with the help of lore people on stream and in the chat. We have broken this thing down to the bottom line that it is lore breaking at literally every turn, with depictions of Galadriel, people involved with Numenor, Sauron and his presence, and the host of original characters that are not only unnecessary, but shoved in there for virtue signaling purposes. This is a disaster we all saw coming. We all knew it. We all knew it was going to be bad, and this trailer confirmed every single thing. Not only does the story look like crap, the dialogue is laughable at best, mediocre, and trite at worst. But then, the visuals. Horrible CGI. That's a theme, it seems to be coming out of San Diego Comic-Con 2022 with all these properties. Bad CGI. Sometimes okay practical effects, which are few and far between. But horrible CGI. Horrible costuming. And horrible music. People want to say Howard Shore's involved, you hater and bigot. Howard Shore's apparently composing the opening theme. That's the extent. Maybe the other person he's collaborating with will cherry pick parts of other things he did for the actual Lord of the Rings trilogy, and then he'll have to get paid for that, but he's not really involved in the score. Collaboration, which means he's going to do his part, and then he's going to take his paycheck, and he's going to go out the door because the man has a right to get paid. Doing a job, getting paid, not going to fault him for that. His legacy is intact. Howard Shore's legacy is intact. Just like Peter Jackson's legacy is intact. This does not affect them because over and over again, they all keep saying, this has nothing to do with the Peter Jackson trilogy. Oh, this isn't even a prequel. We want to tell stories that have never been told before. Yeah, you want to tell stories that have never been told before. Too bad your actors in this show aren't interested in even telling stories. They're interested in their activism, in their virtue signaling, their woke SJW agenda. This past Sunday on the roundtable, my co-host Jed, the Hollywood scholar, mentioned that on these panels and interviews throughout the weekend, no matter where they were in the world, actors involved with the Rings of Power were more interested in talking about their virtue signaling agenda rather than talking about the non-existent story. Because remember, watch this whole trailer. You don't know what's really going on. They haven't laid out a story. Sauron is bad. Warrior Galadriel is hunting him.
You have not seen what I've seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen what I have seen.
This is so transparent. It's transparent as to what they really care about. Here at Bounding at the Comics, thanks to John F. Trent for collecting some of these quotes for us, so I don't have to track down and watch horrible panels just to get this stuff. We thank John F. Trenton Bounding into comics. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power actors completely stripped away any kind of facade that might have been built for the Prime Video series that it would be faithful to Tolkien's literary work. Instead, they made it abundantly clear that the show is dedicated to modernity in spite of Tolkien's work and his clear criticisms of it. Sophia Nobvet playing Jesus spoke to PA Media, where she claimed she is the necessary face to redress balance. We are redressing the balance within the film and television industry, and of course this franchise, and I hope lots of franchises moving forward. These are the best people for the roles, but what they've done is open up the doors for people of all backgrounds to come forward and have an opportunity to rise. To be part of creating accessibility for generations to come. For new generations, this is their version of Tolkien. This is what my daughter will see of Tolkien's work. So you're going to shove this down her throat instead of the second most selling imprinted book in modern history after the Bible. Tolkien's works are available to everybody, and everybody's read them. Everybody's watched Peter Jackson's films and loved them, despite their race, their gender, their sexuality. Nomvet then made it clear that Rings of Power is actually an erasure of Tolkien's work, and the whole point of the show is to reflect the modern world rather than to reflect Tolkien's work. Remember, Tolkien hated the industrial world. He hated modernity. Hated it. It's their time, and so it's important, and I hope many people will see this fantasy and be able to relate to it. This is a reflection of the world we live in. There are many, and we are different, and we will embrace and discover and peel back and learn to educate and be educated. And we can only do that when we embrace and love our differences. Well, I don't love you because you're obviously a fat women's who doesn't understand the world she has been brought into by saying, to be the poster child and fly the flag, being a mother, being a woman, being a person of color, being a curvaceous woman deemed as a thing of beauty, it's something we don't always see. So that image of Disa, that is all those things personified in her face, and it happens to be my face. She is what's wrong with all of this. That's why we've been saying this is not Tolkien's work, and they flat out admitted it's all about their agenda. It's all about pushing their fake views, their fake image of the world. Liar! And, and John F. Trent will go on to list more of the stuff. Idiots all saying this chest is truly global. Sort of their frame of reference, their terms of culture, their heritage, what it means to them, their language. Part of the story is trying to tell us you have people of different races coming together to defeat a common enemy which wasn't known until the very end. There was no enemy. Sauron played the hidey-hide game. He hid his true intentions. He hid his true self from everybody until the very end, when he had corrupted them sufficiently to bring down Numenor. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know the story, and they conveniently forget that, yes, there were other races in the lands of Middle-earth, but they were far away, and they had to travel vast distances. This whole thing is an exercise in fake. An exercise of virtue signaling. But the shills want to tell us that we're wrong, that the trailer proves that we're wrong, despite the fact that right here on Shill Rant, Marcelo Lete doesn't even make a case for it. Just tells us that we're all a minority of fans, that we're a minority, we're the small voice, and that the trailer proves us wrong, yet can't even deliver a single bit of evidence how the trailer proves us all wrong. Can't do that. Rings of Power is a disaster. The people involved in it, from the showrunners to the actors to the producers to the directors, None of them know or care about the world that J.R.R. Tolkien created. The fans care. The fans care. With over 20,000 comments now, the memes are outstanding. This one broke us this weekend. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to play it again because it's awesome. It is purely awesome. When Frodo destroyed the 7th Horcrux of Sauron in the Battle of Stalingrad, I literally cried. Classic Tolkien masterpiece. Also, the scene where the two Nazguls beat it the fuck off and then love it. This is the most fun, the best thing that came out of all this. The fans reacting to the atrocity that is Rings of Power. You need to give it a chance. No, we don't need to give it a chance because it obviously doesn't want to give us a chance by purposefully destroying Tolkien's lore. A bunch of talking head, useful idiot, adult pretenders virtue signaling their way through interviews.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Well, I look forward to tearing these apart with each and every one of you. Because remember the deal, I will watch them so you don't have to. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube, where I'm here to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny Stan and SJW Fifis. Hit the notification button, share my video if you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, leave a comment. Love to hear from you folks. You folks are why I do this. We have fun together. Stans and SJWs, you can go cry in a corner because I don't care what you think. I'll never care what you think. And as I said, you are 201 cowards behind keyboards, but easily triggered cowards. And that's what makes it kind of fun too. Thank you again for watching the video. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me at therennerd@gmail.com. That email's for channel business only, so I check it on a daily basis. Also, you can find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can find me at Rumble and Odyssey, The Renaissance Nerd. Thank you again. See you next time.